I first came to Taiwan through a short-term trip with my church, and then through a 2-year program with OMF, and then I came on long-term. I just expected to come and serve for 1 year and do my duty as a Christian, and I ended up just feeling like God was leading me for a 2nd year. First year was quite difficult. I came in, because I had the language already, I kind of just dove right into ministry and getting to know the local Taiwanese. I went through a lot of delayed culture shock. So towards the end of my first year, I pretty much hit this bottom and decided that I didn't want to come back. But the reasons why I didn't want to come back were very selfish. Yeah, I was very dependent on having a solid community of Christians to build my relationship with God. And then when that was stripped away, I kind of lost my identity. And I realized how much of my faith depended on other people and having a comfortable Christian environment around me. And then when I came out to Taiwan, when I didn't have that, I really got to go back to the basics with my relationship with God and just be solely dependent on Him and growing my relationship with Him and having my own very deep and very, I just really struggled in my relationship with Him and trying to understand His purpose for me, why I'm here by myself, why He asked me to come here in the first place. The bottom line that I learned was, God said to follow me, and I don't need to ask where I'm going, I just follow. Even if you just come out here for 1 year, it doesn't mean that God will call you to be a long-term missionary, which I think is what a lot of people are very afraid of. But I think if you allow yourself to be open to it, God will work through that. Okay, Hudson Taylor said before, and this is one of my favorite quotes, he said, without an element of risk in our exploits for God, there is no need for faith. And I think that is so true, because if we don't risk, what we have, which could be a career, a comfortable life wherever we are, or living in a big, nice home or anything like that, if we are not able to risk our faith in that kind of way, then there's no need for faith. We don't need to rely on God to stretch us in certain ways. We can just stay where we are. But when you kind of jump out of that, you jump out of your little bubble and you say to God, okay, I'm willing to do this. Tell me what you want me to do. Then God will increase your faith in that way. He'll really challenge you. And then, and I think that brings you to a whole different place than if you never risk anything. When you're out to where God wants you to be, God moves you. And when He moves you, you move. So the more God kind of takes you each step of the way. And I think it was the same for me too. I never said that I wanted to be a long-term missionary. When I came out here initially, it was just for 1 year, and I thought that was going to be it. But I did 1 year, and then after that, God said, okay, 1 more year. So I did 1 more year, and then after that, it just went like that. And somehow I ended up here today, and I've never regretted it, and I feel like this is where God wants me to be. I've never looked back, and I never felt like this is not what I want to be doing. So I think if you allow yourself, if you're available to God to use, then He will take you on that offer.